get some energy up in the room? Yeah? All right, well, I'll let you guys drink your coffee here for a minute. I'm going to tell you a little story, and then we'll build some energy. So I'm going to tell you a story about a young lady who grew up, and she, during her time of growing up, dealt with a lot of adversity. She was chastised as a young girl. She was chastised for the color of her skin. She was chastised for the way her hair looked. She was bullied. She was attacked. She was raped. She was beaten. She was verbally abused. And she managed to still make it through high school, barely by the, her chin, hairs on chin. So she barely made high school, barely graduated. She had an opportunity to go to a really great, prestigious college, and her scholarship fell through at the last minute during the savings and loan ordeal. I don't know if any of you guys remember that back in the 80s, right, late 80s. So her scholarship disappeared. She didn't have a scholarship and she didn't know what to do. So this young lady decided, well, she didn't have any other choice. She decided to go into the military. She wanted to go into the Marine Corps, and her father happened to be an Army sergeant major who basically said, if you go in the Army, I will absolutely disown you. Or if you go into the Marine Corps, I will disown you. So she did not go into the Marine Corps. She didn't want to be disowned by her father, and she ended up deciding to go into the Navy. As she continued to go through her journey, she dealt with a lot of issues trying to prove herself as a female in a man's world. She was struggling and was still dealing with a lot of the adversity that she had faced up to that point. She was still experiencing racial issues, being chastised as a female, being sexually harassed, and had a military sexual trauma situation. So fast forward, she ended up getting married. The person she was married to for 18 years ended up having an affair on her. And later in life, she just really struggled and went into a deep, dark depression. So deep, so dark that she tried to wrap herself around a telephone pole. So, do you think this person that I am mentioning right now would have a positive attitude? I can't hear anybody. You think they'd have a positive attitude? Probably not, right? Because that's a lot. But guess what? That person does have an incredible positive attitude, because that person is me. That is me, that is who I am, that is Sutra behind the scenes, that is who's cultivated, created me, and made me who I am. And so with that, I wake up every day with the thought that something amazing is about to happen. And that is where you should start your day every single day, especially as an entrepreneur. You have people out there that rely on you. You have a business that you are starting. In fact, who's just starting a business? Let me see your hands up really tall. Okay, I want everybody to look around. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Everybody else who's had a business for a while, I want you to look around at these people, and I want you at the end of this to go and find these people and give them some positive encouragement that they need to hear about their business, because we all have been there. We all know how it sucks, right? We embrace the suck. But we want to make sure those individuals have a little bit of positive energy. Well, so there was a woman many years ago that I came into contact with. I actually one day decided that I wanted to quit my job because I had somebody tell me I couldn't leave 5 minutes early to catch the last half of my son's baseball game. And when that happened, I thought to myself, I'm not going to have anybody tell me what I can and cannot do, especially when it comes to my family. Yeah. My family's super important. Does anybody else feel like that in the room? Yeah? All right, good. I'm talking to the right folks then. So I ended up running into this woman, Mary Kay Ash, and if you don't know who that is, I know many of the guys in the room don't know who that is. Some women know. Mary Kay Ash, she was the pink Cadillac driver, and she basically sold cosmetics out of the back of her car, out of her trunk of her car in the parking lot. She drove around town all over the place. She ended up becoming $1 million business in the first 2 years of existence, and her business continues to thrive today, even though she passed. I had the opportunity to actually sit across her desk and talk with her. Yes, I was one of those pink Cadillac girls once upon a time. I did do that because I decided I needed to do something. I didn't know what I was going to do. And for me, sales just seemed like the natural progression. So Mary Kay Ash told me, what you think about, you bring about. Look out and have no doubt. And that was something that sat with me forever, that I needed to always watch what I think. And we're going to talk a little bit more about positive thinking, but I want to talk about the other two things that are on here, manifesting your dreams and visualizing success. How many of you have ever done a vision board? Okay, a few of you in the room. Okay. So vision boards, very popular. If you've never done a vision board, basically what it is you take the 6 pillars of your life, which are your fun, your family or relationships, your career, you have money, what am I forgetting? Spirituality and health, right? So those are your 6 pillars. You basically create goals and aspirations for yourself, and you put visual pictures to those to help you see them every single day. You put them on mirrors, you put them on a board. Your whole goal is to embrace it visually, to feel it, right? There's another way to do that, and that's, for example, if you want a BMW, how many of you would love to drive a BMW or a Mercedes? Anybody in the room? No? Nobody really cares, because I know they're really expensive to maintain. I don't blame you. So if you are wanting to drive a BMW or that dream car, you go to the dealership, you get behind the wheel, you take it for a test drive, you feel yourself in that moment, and when you feel yourself in that moment, it becomes that moment, right? So that's where the visualization process comes into place to help create success. But then there's also the whole thing about manifesting your dreams. And we've all heard about the law of attraction. Who in here has heard about law of attraction? Okay, all right, just a few. All right. So the concept of law of attraction is basically that whatever you think about, you will, or whatever you attract, or you attract what you think about most. That's what I'm trying to say. So you attract what you think about the most. So if you think to yourself, gosh, you know what? I really need to have money to pay all these bills. And you're stressing out about needing the money for the bills, and you're stressing out about the bills, guess what? You're going to get more bills. As opposed to thinking about, oh, I have abundant amount of money to help me pay these bills. Now you're attracting money. So it's a completely different mindset. And along with that, if you visualize together, you can manifest your dreams all the way through. So if you were visualizing it, you're closing your eyes, you're seeing yourself on that beach, you're seeing yourself driving that car, you're seeing yourself with, like 6 digits across the board in your bank account, right? If you're seeing those, you're visualizing those things will become. And so that's the concept of the law of attraction. Now, I know some of you are like, you know what, I don't really know if I really like that. Well, if you understand the law of attraction, and there's a great book called The Secret. How many of you have read The Secret? Just a few. This is a book I highly recommend. If you are an entrepreneur and you've never read it, I highly suggest you do. It's The Secret. I can't remember the author, but you can just say The Secret book and it comes up everywhere in Amazon. But understanding the law of attraction principles are basically for you to focus. You focus, that attracts your reality, and then that will help to manifest the desires right now in that moment, right? And then that turns into an abundant process everywhere for you. So again, I think I have money. I believe I have money. Therefore, money will come to me abundantly from everywhere. I know it's a little far-fetched. Some people are like, no, I really don't believe in that crap, Sutra. That's like just crazy. It doesn't mean anything to me. I've tried to think positively like that and try to put stuff out into the universe, and I think that's a bunch of malarkey. All right, well, I get that. Well, we can just go to the general, flow chart, which we have right here, that, if you have a positive attitude, that's going to create the behavior that you want, right? Having a good positive behavior will create action that you need, and that action will hopefully solve your solution to give you the results that you want, and then those results will hopefully turn into great performance. How many of you are doing exactly this right now? Got 2 hands in the room, 3 hands in the room, 4. Okay, so 5. So very few, out of all of you, there's very few people that are doing this right now. Who feels that their attitude is stinking thinking? Anybody got stinking thinking? Okay, we got a few stinking thinking people in here. Stinking thinking, you know what? Again, if you have the law of attraction, this concept won't work for you. If you have got stinking thinking, you're going to be in trouble. Because you and the universe will not line up. But here's the deal. I know you guys are like, no, I don't believe law of attraction. I think that's garbage. So where are my science geeks in the room? So let's take a look at some science stuff. And I apologize that the blue links are coming up that way. I'll read it, some of it for you. But so basically, there were several studies that have been done over time. And one of the first studies was actually done in the College of London, King's College in London. And it was done in 2016. And basically, this study was proving the power of positive visualizations, meaning that if you are visually doing these actions, you're thinking about these things like we just talked about, that it actually does work. So they actually proved that it worked. There was another study that was done right here in the States and University of California. Do I have any California folks in the room? Yeah, a few, okay. So this was done over at the UC Riverside. And this one basically determined that the study proved that happiness makes you successful rather than success makes you happy. Now think about that for a minute, right? Success rather than successful rather than. Like that is a concept that's very unique. Happiness makes you successful rather than success makes you happy. So, moving on, there was another one that was done that actually incorporated the United States Army. This one was done, and this one basically determined that, and it was called the Penn Resilience Program, and this program used decades of research. And when I say decades, they went back like to the beginning of time. They pulled in World War II folks, the whole shebang. So this went way, way back. But this program basically successfully showed that it could help people become more resilient to stress and anxiety just by increasing their mental fitness. So mental fitness, what does that really mean? Well, that is positive thinking. It is putting yourself in a mindset where you feel resilient over things, that no matter what happens, you're going to overcome. I'm sure some of you have heard that statement, stand down 7, or fall down 7, stand up 8, right? That is the mindset. You fall down 7 times, you've had 7 fails, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you stood up that 8th time to move forward. Lastly, there was one that was done at the University in Kentucky, and this was called the Nun Study. I think this one's actually really cute if you ever get a chance to research it. Basically what they did is they went all the way back to the 1930s, and they talked to nuns to basically ask them about their energy. And because we know most nuns don't have a whole lot to worry about, like the rest of us, they proved that positive thoughts can actually lead to you having a longer life. So are you starting to see some of the reasons why having a positive mindset can be really important to your success? Right? All right. So, positive thinkers are more successful. Well, what does that really mean for me as a business owner? Well, it means that it helps you have a strong mindset. It gives you that adversity to know that at the end of the day, when something's not going right, you still are strong enough to handle the situation. When you think everything's crumbling, you can stand firm in your foundation. That helps you to be encouraged. When you're encouraged, your team is encouraged, right? The spirit of the leader is the spirit of the game. So when you're encouraged, everybody around you is encouraged. Even the people that you interact with will be encouraged. That leads to determination. So even when you have a positive mindset and things aren't going well, if you have the determination to overpower those negative thoughts, boy, I tell you the things you can do. And that leads to you being hella happy. When you're hella happy, nothing will stand in your way. That will keep you motivated. It keeps you optimistic. And when you are those two things, boy, you can be the biggest enterpriser. You can think of everything possible. When you're sitting there and you're stuck and you're not sure what to do, you can be imaginative and you can figure out the solution. So positive thinkers are more successful. But some of us have some limiting beliefs in our life, right? Some of us have had things in our life, in our background, in our childhood, in our military experience, other careers. Our family doesn't believe in what we're doing, right? So that can lead to some really bad limiting beliefs. Well, I don't have the discipline to work from home. Some of you have home offices and you get distracted. You got the laundry, your favorite TV show just released its new series for you to chain watch, right? Those things, yes, they're distractions. But if you have that mindset that you can't work from home, guess what? You won't. You won't be successful. You'll find every excuse under the sun to not work, to not do what you need to do. So you have to change that. Another one is, I don't have any unique skills or traits to offer the world. Guess what? All of you in this room have had an amazing amount of skills and experiences for you to cultivate, to really embrace, to grow, and then pass that on to the world. You all have ideas that you have created and put into your mind. You have things that you want to do because they're passionate and they mean something to you. So why are you not sharing that with the rest of the world? You know, we talked yesterday, Denise was talking about sales and how people don't want to feel salesy. Right? How many of you in the room are those people? I don't want to feel salesy when I talk to people, right? Okay, so here's the deal. You're not salesy. You're helping people. Why would you be selfish and not help people? You see the difference in the mindset there? No, I don't want to be salesy. I'm going to be pushy on them. I don't want to do that. Versus, you know what? I have something really incredible that I can offer this world, and therefore I want to put it out into the world to help others. I want to help others with this problem. I want to solve the solution for the other people in the world. So that's where your mindset really can change. The market is already too saturated. There's already too many of us doing the same thing. Well, what makes you unique? What makes you different? How can you take what you're doing and stand out amongst everybody else? This is where research comes in. You've got to be a good researcher. You've got to take a look at what the market's doing around you. Pay attention to what your competitors are doing. Education. I cannot stress that enough. There's a saying that I've always lived by. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know you don't know it. I'm going to say that one more time for those of you who haven't drank your coffee yet. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. So if you've never been exposed or experienced to something, how do you know it's even there? It's like some of us who've gone to foreign countries, right? We've always lived in our little neck of the woods here in the United States, and then we got deployed, we got put somewhere, and we're like, whoa, wait a second. I didn't know that people even live like this. And it made us be more, appreciative of what we have. So, you see how limiting beliefs can actually cause a problem for you? So hopefully everybody has a little handy-dandy notebook in front of them. I want you to tell me, what are some of your limiting beliefs? I want you to take a few minutes. We're going to have some silence so you can think. And I want you to write down these things in your head, or write these down in your notebook. What is something that you say to yourself right now that is not positive? What is something that you say to yourself that is not positive, that is not serving you well? Then I want you to write down for yourself, how is this affecting your mindset and affecting your business? And this can also be affecting your personal life. It could be affecting your relationship with your spouse, with your kids. Okay? What is this? What is this negative thing you're thinking about that is affecting your mindset? Then, what mindset do you want to have instead? So, here's an example. Something that I might say to myself is, and I hear this a lot amongst women. I'm just not good enough. Right? I'm really, really not good enough. When I think I'm not good enough and I get into my business, well, people may not want to buy from me. I don't think they're going to buy from me, so, well, why should I go out and network and let people know about my business? And so then I don't have clients, I'm not making money, now it's affecting my family because I can't put food on the table, right? But then if I come over here and I change my mindset instead, I'm a strong, powerful woman and I have a lot to offer this world. So get out of my way. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, I will find somebody who will. That's the difference. So take a few minutes, write down what are your limiting beliefs. You can definitely expand upon this later on, because it really is something to do. Like, I highly suggest you do this. Be in a place that's quiet without distractions, someplace where you feel calm and cool and relaxed. Feel free to take a screenshot of this as well. It will probably help you. Play some music. Okay, does everybody have at least one limiting belief that they've got down on their paper? Yes, okay. All right. So let's talk about the difference between negative mindset and a growth mindset. So, negative mindset would basically be very simply, hey, you know what? This is just too hard. I just want to give up. But instead, you know what? No, I'm going to persevere and I'm going to keep on trying. That's a growth mindset. Well, I made a huge mistake. How many of you have been in business and said, oh crap, right? Oh crap, this is not going the way I was hoping. But guess what? Mistakes helped me grow. They helped me to get stronger. They helped me to realize that I don't want to do that again. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. I'm stressing out. Okay, well, you guys, there's this great thing called the internet. And, you know, back in the day, some of us might know those Encyclopedia Britannicas, where we had to go and research information, right? And then the lovely Apple IIe came along and showed us a whole different world about computers, and then it turned into this fabulous WWW, World Wide Web. Well, guess what? There's a lot of information on there. If you do not know how to do something, find it. Be resourceful. That's what an entrepreneur is all about, is being resourceful. That can help you say, you know what? I can learn how, and learning how is going to help me improve. It's going to make me better. Oh, this isn't working. How many of you sat there and you've been putting your head against the wall? It's just not working. I can't figure it out. How about I try a different way? See, it's just like when we go, you guys, you know, we've had times, and some of you, more than others, been on missions, you've been out in the field, and you have to go straight into a specific area, but guess what? You can't. You can't because there are people there that you are trying to avoid. Maybe there's environmental things you're trying to avoid, like maybe a mountain, or maybe there's a river or a lake and you don't have equipment. So what do? You find another way, right? You find another way. And that's what a good leader does, is they find another way. They don't let that stop them. Oh, well, I'm just not good enough. I suck at this. I'm not good. I can't do it. Well, instead, put your best foot forward. I'm going to give this my best effort. I'm going to put all that I have into this, and I'm going to try again. You guys see the difference between the negative mindset and then the growth mindset? How you can take one set of words and change them to help you grow. So let's go ahead and write this one down. This is the growth mindset exercise. In what ways are you feeling challenged right now? When you think about your business, what are some ways that you are challenged, that you're struggling, that you're having a hard time? What are the thoughts that are coming behind that? Are you saying, gosh, you know what, I'm just not good enough, I suck, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to do this? And what do you do when you don't understand something? What do you, right now, when you're in a place and you don't know what you're doing, what are you doing? Are you sitting at home, sulking, pouting, frustrated, yelling at your family? Or are you getting out, finding a mentor, finding a coach, talking to another business owner, entrepreneur? Are you getting mentored in some of all these great programs that the ODVA has available for us? Right? What's the one you mentioned yesterday, Darren? Boots?
Boots to Suits.
Boots to Suits. Right? Great program. There's so many out there. But what are you doing? Are you researching? Are you talking to people? And then what is a new strategy that you can try as a result? So how can you take yourself from good to great? Speaking of which, that's another good book for you to read, is Good to Great. Put that one down in your notes. It's also available on audiobook. You can listen to it while you're driving in the car. For all those people who say, I don't have time. Should have come to my class yesterday. I'll show you time. So take a few minutes to write some of those things down. Now earlier, I mentioned the power of music. And some of you might be like me where you sing in the shower, and that's okay. Some of you might be like me where you just sing in the car because no one else can hear you, and you probably sing really, really bad. I could probably break glass if I really tried. But music is part of my soul. Music encourages me every single day. I get in the car, and when I'm on my way somewhere, let's say I woke up and I'm just in a foul mood. How many of you have woken up in a foul mood before? Come on, I know I'm not the only one. All right. Guess what? Music. Music will get you changing that mindset. There are songs out there that have such great positive lyrics. And if you make yourself a little playlist of all those songs that you like, that really get you going. You know the ones that get you grooving, right? You just want to start dancing. You don't care who's watching. Some of those folks in the room might have a little bit of a Christian flair, right? They want to praise and worship. That's also another way. I think at the end of the day, music gets you going. It can help guide you through the day, even if you're playing it softly in the background. There's a lot of music that's instrumental, that's high energy. You can even research frequencies. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there are certain frequencies when you listen to music, and they've done the scientific studies on this for years now. There are certain frequencies that actually can help you with your brain to do different things. So if you have a hard time sleeping, you want to listen to Hertz 452 as an example. Listening to that hertz of music will actually help you fall asleep. And then there's some that will help you be energized and get pumped up. So speaking of being energized and pumped up with music, let's all stand up for a minute. Come on, let's all get up, stand up. Gotta get that positive energy going. We got a whole day ahead of us, okay? One other thing that's really positive and helps is the concept of breathing. How many of you breathe every day? Yeah, hopefully all of us, right? Because I'm not planning on doing CPR on anyone. All right, so one of the greatest things you can do, and I'm going to put the mic down for this one. Hopefully I won't drop the mic. All right, so breathing exercises, you can do them in one of two ways. You can either do breathing to help calm you down, or you can do breathing to get you pumped up. I have no idea what just happened to the screen. Looks like we lost it for a second.
We lost the internet.
We lost the internet. Okay, fabulous. Let's try this again and see what happens. All right, so we'll work on this. All right, so what I'm going to have you guys do is we're all going to take a deep breath in with our arms going up over our head. So, and then everybody blow it out. Okay, do it again. Okay, now this time I want you to do it really fast like you're doing jumping jacks. Okay, who feels exhilarated? You feel the difference in how that just brought a lot of energy and oxygen to your brain? You're feeling good, right? That's how you start. You have a hard time in the middle of the day and you're struggling, you're falling asleep at your desk. Don't go get another cup of coffee. Do that. That'll help you. All right, y'all can sit back down. All right, I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to get through the rest of this presentation with the internet not working.
Just came back up.
Because I'm not even seeing what I can do here. Let's see if I can even... This is terrible right now. Because I can't even find it. Let's try it again. All right, and we are back, boys and girls. All right, so music gets you pumping, so that's why dancing in the morning, listening to music. I'll put my microphone back to my mouth. Music gets you exhilarated. Movement gets you exhilarated. Do I have any runners in the room? Okay, I knew there would not be a whole lot of you, y'all, because I'm not a runner. I'm not doing any kind of running but to the bank, to the store, right? Maybe downtown to the mall, that kind of thing. All right. So here's where you can really help yourself, and this is where you can really do some different things. And this is through affirmations. Affirmations, if you don't know what they are positive phrases or statements that you can use during challenging negative mindsets to help you with unhelpful thoughts, right? These are ways for you to change the stinking thinking into positive thinking. So here's a couple of them. Create your future. Do what you love. Don't stop. I'm worth every dollar that I charge. That might be a good one for some of you in the room who think that, oh, I don't know if I should raise my prices. I don't know if my price pointt's going to be good. I don't know if anybody's going to buy my stuff, right? You are worth every dollar that you charge. Think about all the stuff, the experience you've been through, what you've done, how you've done it, right? Everything that you have experienced in this life up to this point has set you up for success to do what you are doing. If you realize that, if you take that and embrace that, you will be powerful because you are stronger than you think. So, affirmations. Affirmation exercise. Take a screenshot of this one so you can really dig in deep into this one later. What areas do you need encouragement? And I'll tell you this right now, I know for a lot of us, our families don't even believe what we're doing. They don't believe in our mission, they don't believe in what we're thinking, what we're doing, and so guess what? They are not the place to get your encouragement. Where you need to get your encouragement is in networking groups. There's a networking group in here, Bing. Where's our Bing guys? Are they here today? I don't see them. There's a networking group, Bing. If you literally research networking, and I'm going to be doing a networking segment after this, so I will show you some things. Networking, get to know other people. Find people who can be your accountability partner, keep you going, share your goals with them. Sit down with somebody, okay? What are some words that others can say to help? Tell your family, hey, you know what? I really could use an encouraging word today if I'm struggling. And these are the words I would like to hear. You're a go-getter. You got this. I believe in you. I know you are successful. You have done so many good things so far. Keep going. These are all things that you can share with your family. Tell them. Sit down with them. I need you. I need you to help me be successful. And then what are some of the affirmations that you can write for yourself? Now, y'all bear with me here. I know this might sound gay, hard, whatever you want to call it, but it is simple and it's fun, and it will help your mindset. Get some sticky notes. Y'all have Post-it notes at home, right? Get some Post-it notes, write down some positive affirmations. When you write down those positive affirmations, let's put them on your mirror. Here are just some of the ones that I have used in my time. These are some that have been very powerful for me. My services can and will change lives and are worth every dollar that I charge. I am worth investing in myself. You all should be giving yourselves a hand right now because you are investing in yourself today. Give yourselves a hand. Seriously. You are investing in yourself today. I am brilliant. I am bright. I'm a radiant ray of light. Okay? Or you can say I'm a radiant being of light, whichever goes better for you. That's something you can say, you chanting while you're in the shower, getting in there. It's like, oh yeah, I am brilliant, I am bright, I'm a radiant being of light. You just keep going. You can make a rap out of it even. Okay? For those of you who are spiritual in the room, God gave me gifts and experiences, and I am to use them for His good. Successful people embrace fear and discomfort, and I am successful. Or you can even change that word, thus, I am successful, because that implies that you are the one embracing fear and discomfort. I am always in the right place at the right time. How many of you started a business and thought to yourself, gosh, if I had only been there at the right time? Guess what? That's the wrong answer, because you are in the right place at the right time right now. Right now. Creating more than enough money for myself is the key that allows me to bring value to the world. As entrepreneurs, we should all be thinking bigger, brighter, faster, stronger. Help your communities. Give back to your communities. What can you do to give back to your community? And it all starts with this mindset that you can create more than enough money for yourself, and that in turn will give you the opportunity to help others. So, with that said, if you have questions, I would love to answer them for you. But do understand that it all starts with you. It starts with you taking that moment of doing positive affirmation. So I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to just pick on a few people. And I'm going to have a few people give me an affirmation that they might want to use for themselves. If it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Okay? But I just want to try, I want to see how you guys are thinking. Okay? Alright. Mark. You're over here by yourself, so I gotta pick on you.
What?
Go ahead and give me some kind of an affirmation, something positive that you can say to yourself every morning when you are brushing your teeth in the mirror. You look at yourself and you say, what?
So, yeah. All those years in the Navy as a junior to senior Navy officer, I learned aboard ship that we didn't have problems. We had an opportunity to excel.
That.
And then later, as becoming a quality professional, teacher, and facilitator, I learned in the quality community, OFI, O-F-I, opportunity for improvement, not problems. Opportunity for improvement, and not be teaching, but I teach that to all of my students at the university, at technology centers like Metro Tech, and to industry clients. Don't talk about problems. Say, hey, Bob, we've got an opportunity for improvement, and that's what I get up in the morning thinking about.
So, Mark, how can you take that into an affirmation that is directed directly to you? Affirmations usually should start with the words, I am. I am doing an action. What is the I am in that statement for you?
I am not just good enough. I'm what someone needs to be better in their business.
Perfect. Love it. Give him a hand for that. That was awesome.
And Sutra,
Yes.
that's the first time I've ever seen Mark that quiet.
I like to stump people. That's
So
what I'm
it's
doing.
what I'm saying is that's a great exercise because we don't always think about the positive sides of our lives that are there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to come over here to Danny. Let's come over here to Danny. Danny gave a great presentation yesterday. I know he's got a positive mindset. He works with Marines all day. He has to.
Well, good morning. You give me the mic, so now you know I've got to control the floor, right?
For just a moment, Danny, just a moment.
So opportunity, I have an opportunity everywhere I go, and that's how I roll.
Love that. Love that. That is positive energy right there. Let's go over here to Jerry.
I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah, Jerry's over in the back. He's bright, he's pink, right?
So,
What I used to do, being a licensed real estate broker in Southern California, I knocked on over 50,000 doors. So on my business card, and I still have it in my phone, it says broker/great salesperson. And people would keep my card just because I had that. And I say, because you don't want the average guy, you want a great broker.
Absolutely. That is great. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give Danny a round of applause. I forgot to mention that. Great job, great job. All right, let's come over here to the center of the room. Let's pick on Tim. Come on, Tim.
Yes.
Yeah, so what is a positive affirmation that you can say to yourself to help you grow your business with impact?
I'm just started working on this book by Cal Airfront called Magic Monday Morning or something like that. I think he talks about these things. And basically, I'm just as deserving of everybody else that's been successful. You know, I'm trying to develop that mindset of, if that guy can do it, I can do it. It's like every Friday there's this leadership call for this business I'm in, and you'll have people that have just started doing what I'm doing. They've been here for 30 days, and they're like, well, I've got 45 business partners and 350 customers, and I go like, how did you do that? I can't get people to answer the phone. But I'm not giving up, I'm trying, because there's just too big of an opportunity, and I know I can do this. So
That's it. He knows he can do this. Let's give him a round of applause because he knows he can do this, right? I love that. Let's bring that over here to Ray, my boxer aficionado, friend of mine.
Don't dance around the answer.
Yeah, don't dance around the answer. You can dance while you're thinking of the answer if you absolutely need to. I mean, yes.
I am a creative genius in this business.
Say that one more time.
I am a creative genius in this business.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's give him a round of applause. That's amazing. Love that. All right, I want to hear from a financial guy in the room. So how about we go back here to Josh?
Josh, I think she just wanted to hear your voice.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I am getting things done.
I am getting things done because in the financial world, let's give him a round of applause. Because in the financial world, there's all this paperwork. We know the financial systems are always changing. And boy, how much I bet you are overwhelmed from time to time. And so that is a great affirmation. I have somebody that I want to end with, and this is the gentleman over here that helps us in our community focus on mental health. Because I think mental health is a really big aspect to what we are talking about today. If you are struggling, please get help. You have so many brothers and sisters here in this room that you can exchange cards with. I'll tell you right now, I have my cards are sitting at that peach colored table with all the fluff on it. Grab a card. If you need somebody to talk to, call me. Okay? I will always be there for veterans. Come to Team RWB. That's another great opportunity. Will you meet some other veterans? Their whole focus is enriching veterans' lives through health and wellness. And that includes your mental health and wellness. So I'm going to end over here with Brian Paul. Brian, what is an affirmation that you use, sir? Because I don't know if many people know your story, but your story is absolutely amazing. And it's powerful. And I bet every day you've got something that you say to yourself to keep you going.
Yeah, mine's really simple that I hope a lot of you guys can relate to. And like I said, it's simple. I wake up, I'm sober, I'm alive, and I've got a God-given purpose to help people. And it doesn't matter if you're in the nonprofit world or you're in the business world. If you're centered on helping people, you're going to be successful.
That is amazing. Let's give a round of applause for that. Yes. Well, I can't forget to end. Darren, do you have one that you work with all of us all the time, and I'm sure you sit at your desk and go, oh my goodness. Is there an affirmation that you like to work with to kind of help you get through the day with all of us, especially me?
I will survive. But seriously, that is a song that goes through my head a lot. Because you will survive when you hear that song, right? I want to go back to your music thing real quick. I'm going to turn it back over to you. One song that always sticks in my head. Now, who in here remembers the hair band Skid Row? Yeah. Okay, it's got a good group. I like that. How about 18 in Life?
Yes.
How many of us we were there with that energy now? The positive attitude can do that.
That's right. Music will do it every single time, you guys. Every single time. If you are not familiar with apps that can actually provide some really great mindset, the other thing I will say as I wrap up is you need to surround yourself always with positive mindset. And the way that you do that is not, like I said, through your friends and your family, because I will tell you they will be the negative Nellies that will put the nail in the coffin to your business. I'm just going to be very honest with that. I've been doing this for years. I've been coaching. I've been mentoring people in business. And I will tell you that the first thing I hear is my wife doesn't believe in me. My kids think that this is taking too much of my time and they hate me. I hear all these things, you guys. But here's the reality of it, is that at the end of the day, you are trying to do something bigger, greater, better for them. You're trying to leave them a legacy for many of you. I know that's what I'm doing for myself and for my kids. And I always listen to things to keep me in a positive mindset. Because I'll tell you, I wake up a lot in a grumpy mood. Okay? Some people who know me even really well know that I can be really grumpy. My boyfriend's over here laughing, so yes. Anyway, but with that said, positive mindset podcasts. Podcasts are a great way to get your energy up. Listening to affirmational messages. There's tons of them. You can listen to them. There's videos. There's actually videos that you can watch. They're visualization videos. They have like colors and all these different things. There's another person that you can read a book, Think Like a Monk. If you're having a hard time changing your mindset, it's written by Jay Shetty. Think Like a Monk actually helps you to think what you're doing in a different way. And it can help you change that. One other book I'll mention is by a doctor. He actually studied people who've had concussions, multiple concussions, TBIs. He studied them for years. He was doing CT scans. He did millions and millions of CT scans on people all across the world. He started doing research and started to notice certain things. That if we just take a moment every single day to talk to our brain, because it's the most powerful muscle and thing that we have in our body, we can actually change our life. So there is a book called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And it is by Dr. Amen, A-M-E-N. So that is another book. It's a quick thing every day. You just read. It takes like less than 5 minutes. You can do it while you're sitting on the toilet. It's really simple, okay? Anyway, that's time for me. I hope you all learned something today. I hope all day today I'm going to see some positive thinking all throughout your day. Be energetic, be smiling, be high-fiving people. Challenge yourself today to talk to somebody in the room that you have not yet talked to. Okay, make sure you do that. And then I will be doing the networking class in a little bit, so if you want to learn about networking and some ways to do that, we're just going to have a candid conversation. All right, Darren, back to you.
I think that's a pretty positive way to start out the day, right? Yeah. So kind of sum that up, then we'll get you out to the next part of the conference for today. If you've been to my Boots to Sutra class, you've seen a video that I play. Part of that talks about playing roles, being positive in the roles, and how negativity can affect those roles. So I want you to play a game with me for just a minute, okay? So I want you to tell a story with me. So I want you to, every question I ask you, I want you to say yes. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Let's practice that. Just say
yes.
No,
with some energy, y'all. We just talked about that.
I know, right? Yes. So, okay, here we go. Who wants to tell a story with me?
Yes.
Is it about a damsel in distress?
Yes.
Does it have a dragon?
Yes.
Does it have a fire-breathing dragon?
Yes.
Does she get rescued by a knight in shining armor?
Yes.
What a great story, right? Short, fun, energetic, positive. Now let's tell the story a little differently. I want to ask you a question. I just want you to say no. Everybody ready?
No.
Good job. Who wants to tell a story with me?
No.
Okay, I'll just go. So what happens if you were literally to take that no and apply it to every part of your business? It never gets to the end of the story, does it? Okay? So make sure you take that no and make it into a positive, because there's always a positive behind a no. And every series of no's eventually leads to a yes. Okay? I talked about it yesterday with Les Brown. I talked about how if you fall down, you make sure you look up, you're faced up so you can look up and you can get up. Okay? Never give up. And that's staying positive with those things. So as we get ready for the rest of the conference today, 18 in life. Would be nice. Right now we're going to have our break with our vendors until 11 o'clock for the first session. First session is going to be State of Oklahoma Construction and Properties. The director of that division for the state will be here. So if you're in the construction and properties industry, great time to go meet with them and try to get some contracts with them and talk to them about it. Be candid with your questions. Flat out ask him those tough ones. He's the director of the division. He may not know the answers. Ask him anyway. Okay? And then we've got the USDA coming up. Gilbert's here with his team to talk about some farming and ranching things that are going on. I strongly encourage you to go to those things. Again, those are those things that help us with a relaxation and a positive attitude in our lives too, even with our own gardens in our backyards. And then finally, the first session will end also with synergetic networking with Sutra, as she mentioned. Again, the energy levels, the positivity levels that I felt yesterday were absolutely amazing in this group, and I thank you for that. That is my affirmation this morning, that this program is working for you guys. So thank you. But right now, it's Jerry's turn, I guess.
Just to add to both what you're saying and Sutra's saying, I want to donate 3 credits of Audible to any veteran who has Audible who wants to sign up for a positive book.
Awesome. Everybody hear that? He's going to donate 3 credits of Audible to anyone in the room, the veterans that need an Audible book for positivity. Joseph.
Sutra was mentioning about podcasts. Does anybody in the room have a podcast?
So Ray has a podcast. He's the only one.
I can get you set up a podcast.
And speaking of podcasts, there's one of our vendor tables that's not here that does have a podcast. You realize if you start a podcast, you can monetize those too. And I can show you how to monetize your podcast if you want to get one going. They are easy, very easy to do. And there's free software to help you do it, that you can do it from your phone or your computer. I've done it driving down the street. My wife's getting her hair done. I'm sitting there going, you know what it takes to get her wife's haircut done, for 45 minutes. It takes $150, right?
Tracy Brothers just signed over $1 contract with Amazon for their podcast.
For the podcast. Okay? So keep that in mind too.
I have a book with me I'm reading. It's called Unstuck by Mark Joe. It's about feeling you're stuck where you are in life. Come on by and take a picture of the book.
Unstuck. What a great title to it too.
Yeah, I wanted to just make mention to some of the wanted to mention some of the things that, so Jerry offered you all that opportunity to listen to audiobooks. If you have Spotify, Pandora, any of these sound devices these days, they all, especially like Spotify, if you have the premium version, they give you all the books you could possibly want to listen to. All the podcasts that you could possibly find are in there. So it's a great tool. Audiobook, I used audiobook for years. I've downloaded, I don't know how many hundreds of books from there and listened to them. And they're really, really great. I was going to say that is also a really great book. There is one that is also called Unf Yourself. that is also another popular book along the same lines of getting unstuck. There's also another book, if you guys are struggling and you're not really sure what direction to go to, there's a book called The Why Cafe. The Why Cafe. It is a super small, short, little, easy, fast read book. And this book really helps you to dig in deep into why you do what you do. Because if you don't have a why behind what you do, what you're doing don't matter. I'll be very honest, what you do does not matter at all. So the Why Cafe. Yes, sir?
I want to say that if you're struggling with life, start praying. Get your life right with God, and things will come easy.
Come on.
Joseph, let's say that one more time loud and proud.
I said, if you're having trouble in life and your business ain't flowing the way you want it to, start your morning with prayer. You don't need to buy a book. Get your life right with God, and things will follow.
Come on.
So I'm going to tell you right now, everybody should give him a round of applause for that. I know there's some people in the room that don't believe in God, and that is okay. You know, every day I start my day with what I call my Empower Hour. My Empower Hour is me doing exactly that. The very first thing I do is pray. Then I read my Bible for at least 10 minutes, just kind of get myself with some word, and sometimes I'm asking for things with God, and I read that Bible and I get my answers right off the bat, right? And then the next thing I do is I take a look at what my day consists of. What am I got to accomplish today? What do I got to do today? That's when I get pumped up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go talk to Chris today. I've got a meeting with Danny today. I'm going to go and have a great day today, right? And then I always set myself 3 goals that I want to get accomplished today. What are the 3 goals? And you know what? There's always going to be a hard one. There's always going to be a hard one. That goal, that thing that you do not want to do, but you know you got to do it, right? That phone call that you're just like, oh, I don't want to call this person, but you got to do it, right? So do that one first, and then all the other stuff on your list will be easy. So set yourself some goals for the day. Have gratitude. I'm going to challenge all of you to do an exercise tonight. This is a very challenging exercise. Some of you might think it's super easy, and that's great. I'll challenge you to do more then. Your goal is to write down 100 things that you are grateful for. 100 things that you are grateful for. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can't just go, I'm grateful for chicken soup, I'm grateful for macaroni and cheese, I'm grateful for burritos from the big truck taco people. You can't do that. It's food, and that's it. What's next? Okay? What else are you grateful for? Yeah, no, not more food. No 2 things on the list can repeat themselves. No 2 things on the list can repeat themselves. So, I am grateful for breath, I am grateful for life. I am grateful for the word, for the Bible. I am grateful for my energy. I am grateful for the sun. I am grateful for my dog, Gunner. I am grateful for my friends. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my car. I'm grateful for the gas that runs my car. I am grateful for the food that gives me energy. I'm grateful for my voice so that I can speak and share with each and every one of you. Do you see how I'm making these affirmations, how I'm making these gratitudes? This gratitude exercise will really, truly help you. And if every single day you take the time to write 10 things that you are grateful for, it will help change your mind. It really will.
So go forth and prosper. One last one.
If you do not have access to these books, you can go to your local library. You can get on metropolitanlibrary.com here in the city. They have Libby, which is an app, and you can download them, audiobook and ebook.
And
they are free.
The free 99 is the price we like, right?
And if you need help with it, come find me at the table with the armor. You'll see me.
All right, so go see our vendors. You guys talk about your experiences. We talked about storytelling yesterday. We talked about it a little bit a while ago. Go tell your story. Find the positives in every negative that you may come up with, because they're there. You just have to find them. 11 o'clock, first breakout.